Rangers SPD was the 23rd season of Power Rangers to be introduced by Disney. It was the third season that Disney has ever produced, and this show was based on the Tokusatsu Deca Rangers season of Super Sentai. This was one of the most beloved seasons of Power Rangers, as it was for me as well. For those of you, if you remember Power Rangers SPD, you would remember one of the episodes, Messenger, which was the debut of the Omega Ranger. That episode, if anything, I would say is Power Rangers SPD Day, as the infamous July 11th date. If you recall, Power Rangers SPD at this given time took place at the year 2025, even though it uploaded the year 2005. It was a futuristic look show based on a futuristic idea of aliens and humans live in harmony. As you see, the show Messenger was the day July 11th is a message. July 11th was the year that supposedly the Jubian takeover of the planet Earth, where Emperor Grum and all of his mercenaries basically took over Earth. They succeeded, which was a downfall of SPD, which was the hope to save humanity. This is because Boom built a radio satellite, where it captured the future. We then see Omega, at the time that people didn't know, it was the Omega Ranger, oversighting that he was there to prevent this was to ever happen. As you see, Mora, aka Morgana, was able to train up to be able to be a fall herself, as she can be able to fight the Rangers and be able to be one of the big threats, especially to help with this big plan to take over Earth. Eventually, see Morgana faces off Z as they eventually battle. The Rangers are also in contact to be able to save Earth by battling a warrior named Shorty, who can eat basic buildings. We see Morgana, who ends up being one of the most powerful foes, especially a big foe for Z, and managed to take her down single-handedly. Shorty, who's able to also manage to take down the Rangers easily as himself. Eventually, we see our Rangers get into Megazord mode to face off against Morgana and her robot, but unfortunately was not able to stop. We see Commander Kruger, who was able to save the Rangers from supposedly a big explosion from Shorty, but eventually Commander Kruger makes a save as a Shadow Ranger.
If anyone can hear this, please send help. Today, July 11th, is the 15th anniversary of the Jubian takeover of our planet Earth.
A radio broadcast from space.
July 11th, the same day Space Patrol Delta fell, leaving us defenseless. The Jubian forces have flushed out all but a few pockets of freedom fighters. We have sent out Omega, but have not heard word. Have to sign off. July 11th, 2040.
Hello? Theory. A thought. Not.
Cadet, you may be right, and I hope that you are. But today is July the 11th, 2025, the day that broadcast claims SPD fell. Do you want to take any chances?
I do wish I had mentioned that during the time, so that's my mistake for not putting this into the video. Again, I'm trying my best with this little format, but I hope this definitely helps. But yes, the message, keyword message for the show title, Messenger, in order to basically show that how this is a big threat and how everybody's basically worried, to leaning to basically make sure that Earth does not fall, whether they like it or not. Eventually, we see the Rangers. They're able to gain an advantage, almost seemingly taking down Morgana and Shorty. But then, we get Devastation, one of the powerful warriors in SPD. We will then see it eventually in the Reflection episode how they're he's one of the most feared opponents for the SPD Rangers. Regardless, proves to be a big threat, which basically him, Shorty, and Morgana were able to easily beat down Power Rangers. They were able to take down 6 of the Rangers, leading them to... Commander Birdie's then contact the Rangers. We do know who Commander Birdie is. He is the Supreme Commander entirely of SPD, which we see of the earlier season. He says that unfortunately, they will not be sending reinforcements, believing this is a trap. Even though literally this could be the ending of Earth. The Rangers make their best efforts to taking down Shorty once again, but when Shorty eventually becomes of giant size, they're not able to call there for the Megazord, as the Megazord was severely damaged. We then see the Rangers get a big handle to them, and the show ends with a cliffhanger that Earth will beat Grums. This is just part 1, by the way. Part 2 then follows up, which instead of the same week, which is July 11, takes place on the 16th. So, at the time when, again, syndication was a thing, we didn't have 2 parts that can be uploaded at the same time, which would have been pretty cool, a little bit like a 1-hour special, but unfortunately that was not the case. But you could say it made people definitely on the edge of the seat wondering what would happen. So here's in case what happens in part 2. Part 2, we see the Rangers and Commander Kruger decide to take on Shorty, no pun intended, who's no longer short anymore, with the Delta Command Megazord basically bigger, but was not able to even take down the Shorty himself. Then we see where they finally got some help with the Omega Max cycle, or the Omega Max. I don't know. Sorry, I forgot. But yeah, we see this on behalf of SPD. We see some reinforcements. It was reinforced by the future, which then is the debut of the Omega Ranger. Omega Ranger, who is basically the White Ranger of the future, not around the same time as SPD's time, but is back from the future. He then helps take down Shorty as they took him down and was able to take him in. Eventually, proven to be a threat to Morgana and Devastation. We then see the Omega Ranger back to speaking to the B Squad Power Rangers. Eventually, he did say that this will not be a first, but it won't be the last, indicating that he has met before, making them wonder where is he from, and stating he is from the future after all, as he was the Ranger that was referenced in the message. Omega prevents the other Rangers from helping him, as he believes that with his modern technology, his more advanced technology, was able to defeat the villain. Eventually, he got the Power Rangers to pay his wishes, which then he goes on to save the Earth, defeating the Crybots, and then eventually was again to attacking Morgana and Devastation. Eventually, Omega Ranger got himself into the mess, and then realized that he could not take them alone. Eventually, Command Kruger mentions how there's a code, as it was stated earlier by Omega Ranger. A Ranger will not let another Ranger stand down, no matter if it was the future or the past, leading to the Power Rangers eventually saving Omega, and eventually teaming up together to actually take down Devastation or Morgana. Eventually, Omega was able to take down Devastation, only for just momentarily, eventually taking down together with the Universe Cycle, Mega Mass Cycle, and the SPD Delta Squad Megazord all together. Morgana does not get her wishes to be able to become Mora again, and then we see Omega welcome to the SPD, who's not able to return back to the future. But we then realize who the Omega Ranger is. It's Sam. Sam, who actually debuted on the earlier of the show, called the show title Sam, as he was the little kid who also had powers, who was befriended by Z and also the Power Rangers, which then goes leading to everybody being all happily doubly and basically catching up. Happy that Sam actually becomes a Power Ranger, as he said it himself. That is my little recap of Power Rangers SPD, especially for the episode Messenger. As you can say, that is basically in honor of the date itself, July 11, 2025. I have decided to do a recap. These two episodes, well, both of them, regardless, were very good episodes. They definitely had a lot of great action, great storytelling. The characters are amazing, well beloved. Power Rangers SPD is honestly one of the most beloved seasons of Power Rangers. It's not just a kids show. It actually really felt like an interesting TV show that anybody can enjoy. And these two episodes are great examples of what the best of Power Rangers. Definitely, I would say, one of the best shows you can watch. Especially since it is actually now surpass the date of July 11, 2025. It is definitely lives up to the hype, and it's just a darn shame that we don't really get much follow-up, or at least something that would honor this episode, or even honor like the year 2025, as we are in currently 2025 with Power Rangers. Unfortunately, Power Rangers at the moment has seemingly passed on, as the franchise has no longer decided to do yearly seasons due to the direction of the franchise now decided to do a complete reboot, and unfortunately not failing and not really doing much love and care, as it is currently held by Hasbro. At the end of the day, Power Rangers is one of the best brands that people will enjoy. One of the biggest franchises that have ever started since 1993 with Mighty Morphin. Unfortunately, it has ended with Cosmic Fury. But at the end of the day, who knows? You never know. The Power Rangers has revived itself before. We may see another season in the future. But at the end of the day, as far as in the year 2025, definitely for the show that lives in the year 2025, Power Rangers SPD is among one of the best seasons of the franchise. It's definitely a show, definitely a season that I would suggest watching, especially these 2 episodes, even though they're middle of the season. But it's definitely one of the best well-done seasons. It's definitely a great watch, especially for the year 2025. It's definitely something I suggest if you want to binge watch. It is on YouTube, and go ahead and watch and enjoy. At the end of the day, I'm a big fan of Power Rangers. Well, I used to be. It's great to look back on the show Messenger, and it's just a darn shame that Power Rangers SPD's not really kind of having like a sort of sequel reunion type of thing, since it is the year 2025. But at the end of the day, it's still a great season. I say for the year 2025, watch Power Rangers SPD. It's a pretty cool season. Hope you guys enjoyed my little recap, my little retrospective, looking back at it. I know this probably wasn't the best, but I did try my best. But at the end of the day, all love to Power Rangers SPD. Hope everyone's enjoyed. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye. Go Power Rangers.